How's it going, guys?
Hey, how's it going? Oh, hey, there we go. That sound. That's a fun one.
We made it. You guys made it.
You're here. Oh my gosh, we've already met so many of you. It's been so great seeing everybody at the booth.
This is really exciting. Although I will tell you guys that I am exceedingly nervous because I walked over and Jay has what appears to be an unusual number of props.
I got some stuff.
Like, I was really proud of myself for going and getting my trophy.
Yeah. I see. Yeah, you do.
I did go out of my way this morning. I got here early.
Yeah, you got here early.
My trophy.
Yeah, I thought you might pull something like this, so I went ahead. I got.
What you got?
I got my first of all.
You're kidding me.
I've got my own trophy, of course, as the one true plush host.
As the one. There you go.
If it'll stay. It's a little taller, you'll notice.
No,
just
I
like
see that. I see that.
as it is. There we
guys,
go.
I am very excited that you are all here. This is really cool. We've talked to so many of you this morning and last night as you guys have filtered through the booth and checked out everything, which is over here in case you hadn't gone through any of that yet. But it sounds like folks have traveled
I know.
Amounts of hours to be here on this hill with us.
Who is here from the furthest away? I know we've talked to people from South Carolina. I've talked, South Carolina, lots of South Carolina. Colorado! Oh my gosh, what? Texas! That's amazing. I think we talked to someone from Massachusetts, right there. Oh man, drove the whole way if I recall. That's a long drive, oh my gosh. Wow.
It's all very exciting. The other thing I was telling Jay as we prepared for this particular event is that the pop out of everything that we do is sort of our opportunity to be a little bit more vulnerable on the internet, to speak about some of the things that happen in our life. Like you guys have heard me talk about anxiety and depression and a variety of other things. And it's wild to me because whenever those episodes go out, the reason that there's a show is because there are people who can tune in and listen, but having people sitting right here before me, I'm like, am I vulnerable in front of this many people?
Yeah,
is this how it's working each and every week? But I just want to say thank you to all of you for coming out. It's really cool and for listening to all of our stories and antics.
We have many stories. In fact, I think we're going to be talking a lot today. You guys have heard us talk about it a lot on the show about our trip out to Linville Gorge and our big 27.5 mile hike out there with the GMA.
Yep.
So that's I think we'll be getting into some of that a little bit later on.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But I feel like we need a proper intro, right?
Yeah, sure. For what?
Can we do a proper intro?
Oh, we can do a proper intro.
Yeah. Okay.
By all means.
We gotta let everybody know who.
We should do the thumbnails.
We should.
Right?
Yeah.
Hold on. This is how it goes before we actually start the show. Well, you want to do a thumbnail?
We'll do a thumbnail.
Okay, we'll do a thumbnail.
So we'll move our microphone.
Move the microphone.
And then we'll be like.
Ready?
So whenever you see the thumbnails themselves, those are not clever moments from the episode that Ethan has painstakingly gone through and carved out to put. We do those on purpose.
Yeah.
That's the peek behind the curtain. So anyway, we do thumbnails and then we usually start with something along the lines of, "What's poppin', everybody? Hello and welcome to Popcorn Culture. My name is Ben Carlin and I am your host. Here with me today is my brother Jay, who will be in every episode."
That's me, the most specialist guest that there ever was. And Ben, I have to say, I feel like I feel like maybe I'm prepared more for this than you. It doesn't seem like you brought enough bags of things to talk about.
One bag seemed like too many things.
Yeah, you think so?
What have you got?
Well, I mean, I've got some. I had some stuff in here for sure. For example, I didn't know how cool the chairs were going to be, or that you were going to be sponsoring the chairs. I guess. I don't know.
In a manner of speaking.
Yeah. If you guys have heard Ben talk about the inflatable furniture that he's bought, this is exactly it.
This is, but just by sheer coincidence. I didn't put this here, but it is the exact same thing. So that was really exciting. I was I'm going to be right at home.
I wasn't sure I brought my own furniture, as it were. So I'm just going to work on that for a second, if you will.
You brought your own furniture when we already have this much furniture? Oh, I know what you brought. Okay, so when we're out on the trail, we're all talking after this ridiculously long day of hiking. We've been out there for 12 straight hours on hard terrain, going up and down the sides of mountains. We all find ourselves just leaning against a tree saying you know what would be amazing right now is just a chair. And of course none of us packed a chair because you have to carry the weight on your back as you're out there backpacking. And it's who can justify something like the additional weight of a luxury like a chair. And so we're all like going back and forth, just like lamenting the fact that we're not going to have a chair while we're out there. Jay goes into his tent and he just kind of like disappears for a little while, like moments after this conversation happens, and then just comes out with no other like announcement whatsoever and breaks out this.
Oh, that's so much better. Ah, there we go.
Far and away the most comfortable person on the hike.
Exactly, yes.
Are you
And it
also
was-
wearing Crocs?
I'm wearing the Crocs and socks, man.
Crocs and socks, or as I like to call them, Crocs.
Just Crocs.
Just Crocs.
As they're meant to be worn.
Right.
Exactly.
In their purest form, not Crocs and sneakers, or as I like to call them, creekers.
Creekers.
Not recommended for walking through creeks.
Yeah, I wouldn't put. Yeah, that'd be terrible. Gosh, although these weren't much help in the river we walked across. That was a frigid experience.
So a piece of the hike puzzle that was particularly interesting to me was we're going through the entire adventure. We've got about 3 miles left. We get to our river crossing. All we have to do is like walk across the water.
That's it.
And you know, we're like at the tail end of summer, so none of us are really all that worried about it. We bust out our Crocs. Of course.
I felt so prepared. I was like, river crossing. I've been waiting on the whole trip.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I'm ready.
We busted our Crocs out, put them in 4-wheel drive, and we were ready for our crossing.
That's 4-wheel drive right there.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
strap.
you have the strap back.
Yeah.
We get like Mike, John, and I get across the river and look back, and standing in the middle of this like 40-foot river is Jay standing on a rock, just looking at the water around him.
Let me tell you guys, I don't know how they were doing it. I was so impressed. I took 3 steps in the water, and I was like, I can't move. It's so cold. I can't move. Like
I am frozen to the spot where I am.
And I'm having this immediate like thought cycle, just like I can't move. I don't know what I'm going to do. But if I don't move, it's going to get worse. And as I'm thinking it's getting worse. I'm going to fall over. My feet are going to fall off, and I'm going to freeze to death right here. And that was basically like I had to like pick a rock, sprint to it on my Crocs, stand on it, wait for all of the blood to get back to my feet, and then repeat that for like 50 yards across the river.
Yeah, just shimmying your way
Yeah,
across.
and meanwhile, everyone else, John was walking barefoot. I don't even know how he did that.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Well,
he was done in like 10 seconds.
We got to the other side. We're like standing there, like watching you work your way across, and I was like, "We're gonna have to send like a helicopter in."
Yeah,
And we're gonna be like, "He's trapped."
Give me the
and
flare gun.
Those guys are gonna think it's like 127 hours type of situation.
Yeah.
And they come to discover a guy standing in Crocs in the middle of ankle deep water.
Oh, it's just a guy in Crocs.
I see.
Right.
But
Yeah.
we made it across. We made it through. It was
We
very
sure did.
exciting stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. What else do you have in your bag of tricks over there?
Man, well, Ben, let's see. What do I have? I think this bag's basically done. This
Okay.
is full of the other stuff,
Okay.
more or less. Let's go in there. All right.
So
Well,
you brought a chair. I'm still impressed with the chair.
yeah, I brought a chair. It's like my signature move these days.
At what point in time in the process of planning for the trip, when you purchased the chair, were you aware of the fact that you had like an ace in the hole?
I immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you knew you were going to just absolutely blow the rest of ours minds.
Yeah, that was my goal, and I was feeling very guilty about it leading into the hike because I was like, everyone was talking nonstop about the different gear they were bringing, how they were cutting weight, all the cool things they were doing, and like one of the cool tips I had like picked up in my own research was that I was watching this guy and he was talking about how he brought this chair with him on every hike, and he's like, everyone thinks you don't want a chair, it's just dumb weight, sit on the ground, and he was like, no, bring the chair. Like, it's not about being tough. I'll tell you what's tougher, carrying the chair.
That's true. I mean,
Yeah.
true grit.
Exactly.
True grit.
Exactly. So, like, part of me was like, I have this, like, fun bit of information that might be genuinely helpful to all of my friends, but I'm not going to tell them because it's going to be so cool if I produce a chair when they don't have one.
It was maybe the most untoppable element of surprise yet.
Yes, now.
Until now?
Until now. Well, so...
Do you have a bigger element of surprise?
I've got, Ben, I have so many surprises.
Lay it on
I've
me.
got
Lay
some
it on
stuff
me.
going in here. So, well, hold on. I've packed this poorly, so I have to conceal how I unpack it. So let's see. We're going to do like this.
I am like genuinely, I have no idea what he's going for here.
Go
He didn't.
here.
This is the other thing. So we've been planning this event all like for the past like 3 weeks, nonstop. Everything's been like, well, how do we get our tent down here? How do we get all of our coffee here? How do we make coffee from a remote location? So we have like had about an hour and a half total in the past 3 weeks to plan anything about the rest of this.
Yeah. So I've just sort of been planning stuff and not telling you.
Okay.
Typical.
As per always.
As per my always. Got my chair here. So one of the other big elements of surprise that I've discovered from the trip was the food I brought on the trip.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Many of you, if you've been listening to the main episode, you'll know about what is becoming known as like the Abomination of All Foods across the internet.
Yeah.
I posted pictures of it on Twitter. I've put it on Reddit. People have told me to go to jail. They have told me to stop. They've told me I'm a monster.
So we're talking about the one, the only flour, peanut butter, cheese, and pepper. You have two of them.
I have two. I brought them.
Is one for me?
One's for you.
Crap.
I know. I'm so excited. Oh, man. So, yeah, we brought these on the trip. If you don't know what's inside of them, it basically just looks like a very innocent-looking burrito. But on the inside is peanut butter, pepperoni, and a stick of string cheese, which I know all of you are like, wow, can I have it? Please bring me one right now.
I know. I don't know why we're not serving them.
I know. We should be selling them at the booth.
Yeah, we should be. We
Yeah.
should be. Jay's sushi rolls. We can cut them
Exactly.
into like neat little slices, and they'll have the appearance of being fancy.
Yeah. So I could tell all the way throughout the trip that you and Mike and John were just staring at my pizza rolls, my peanut butter pizza rolls here, and we're thinking to yourselves, man, that looks amazing. But I don't want to separate Jay from his snack food. He clearly worked hard on it. So I was like, you know what though? I'll do Ben a solid and bring him one to eat on stage.
Great.
So that's where I have two.
Okay, yeah,
as I said.
load me up one.
Load you one up. There you go.
Just think of it like a 7-Eleven taquito, right?
Exactly.
So the other hilarious story about peanut butter and tortillas is that the last time we did this particular hike, the cardinal sin I committed was carrying a full 1-pound jar of peanut butter.
Yeah.
Which I very quickly found, and I'm fearing will be the case as I munch into J Sushi at the moment, is
Jushi.
that
Jushi.
Oh my! It's an even worse name than a concept.
It's not a great name.
Jushi.
Jushi.
The more I think of it, the worse it gets.
It's like juicy but worse.
Yeah.
It's like moist meets sushi. Yeah.
People are gonna bail.
I know.
People
Everyone's
have traveled
going
to
to-
see
this
us.
is
They're
why-
pulling out their phones in Roanoke, Virginia, unsubscribing right
People
now.
came to Roanoke to hear us talk about Jushi. Yeah.
Okay.
There's no doubt.
Will you be interesting while I chew? Okay.
I will. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you have a corny joke that you could maybe deliver?
I don't know if I want to make you laugh in the middle of enjoying your food.
A delicious
but-
piece of juicy.
But I did get. I've discovered that recently I can no longer bring my dog to the duck pond anymore
Your
because
dog?
every time I go there, the ducks keep attacking my dog. But I suppose that's what I get for buying a purebred dog. But yeah, that's my corny joke.
It's truly spectacular.
Thank you.
Unlike my juicy.
You don't like it?
No, I mean, it's good.
Yeah, look, I don't even know if you got into the good
I'll
part.
say so far I've gotten mostly tortilla, peanut
Yeah.
butter, and pepperoni.
Yeah,
The essentials.
yeah.
But I might have to save some of it out of legitimate fear that I won't be able to speak for like 20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah,
As I chew.
that's fair.
Yeah. I'm going to
Yeah.
hang on to it.
You
for-
hang on to that, Ben.
Yeah. Nothing
You
makes
enjoy that
juicy
later.
better than sitting out in the sun for a little bit.
Exactly. I've been keeping it in this cooler all day just for you.
I can't believe how much it weighs.
Yeah, it weighed a lot. Yeah, yeah. So that was part of the weight of my pack was
Hearty dense.
was the pizza rolls. If anyone else wants one or feels like they just can't separate it, just raise your hand and I'll bring you a sushi. Oh, we have several takers.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if I have a way to choose. Wow. We can't
Is Ethan or Kat near us? Ethan, you can go and choose a lucky fan
Who
to
gets to
enjoy some
try?
jushi.
the burrito. Ethan's on it.
I'm sorry we don't have enough for everybody. /
We
you're
just
welcome
have
for not
one.
having enough for everybody.
Yeah, you're welcome and sorry.
I don't even know how this turned into a competition.
Oh my gosh. We're going to check in with that guy later.
Most of you are winners.
Yeah. He's going right for it.
Outstanding.
I love it. I love
like
it.
the most authentic of all popcorn culture experiences happening right here.
Exactly. It's pretty good.
Good.
Thank you.
Is it-
What's your name? Connor. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I caught you mid-bite. And I'm aware that eating this takes like 20 bites per chew. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Good,
Okay.
excellent.
Well, very well done indeed.
Thank you.
On
Thank you.
bringing the Jushi and also coining this new term.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I'm pretty excited about it, not gonna lie. I think we should go like on allrecipes.com and like include a recipe and then get all these folks to go and leave a 5-star. This
is how we do it.
This is the true legacy moment. We couldn't get us on Cave Spring High School's notable alumni listing on Wikipedia
Yet.
However, what we might be capable of doing is creating Jushi on all recipes.
If we work together, we can fool the entire internet into knowing that this is the best unheard of recipe.
Maybe it's the inside joke that starts here, is that everybody just absolutely like raves about it unequivocally. Like there's no two ways about it. It has to be the best thing.
Yeah, 5 stars all around. People are like, I don't know. There's like 10,000 5-star reviews on this thing.
Part of the appeal is just the genuine like awe that
you're
comes
like,
from consuming it.
People will read it and be like, I'm missing something.
It's the element of surprise that's kind of like in between the peanut butter and the tortilla.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
And it's the pepperoni.
and it's the pepperoni and that to top it off.
Oh, excellent.
Goodness gracious. Okay, well, we've already taken some twists and turns on this particular weekend experience.
That we have been.
Okay, so to shift gears slightly, we can have a transition without our clever little like transition page.
Yeah, it'll be there. Hold on, we have to do the thing. Ready?
What's the thing?
Transition.
Ba-doom, and we're back. And we're back. Okay, so it would not be an episode of the Pop without like delving a little bit into deep philosophical discussion, correct?
I suppose you're right. Yes.
Yeah, this is like the part of it, the Ben half of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things, because we did the entire hike, everything that we did, the whole adventure actually spawned from GoFest sending us one email saying, hey, would you guys like to do a live episode of The Pop? And we were like, yes, of course. And then they followed up and they were like, would it be possible for you guys to talk a little bit about the outdoors?
And we were like, it would be popsible.
It would be popsible. We'll consider it.
Yeah.
So we promptly, of course, texted the GMA and we're like, hey, we're going to be doing this live event at GoFest.
Yeah.
We need an adventure to go on so that for 1 hour we have something to talk about.
Exactly.
And then from there, basically committed considerable time and resources and lots of support from our wives and families for watching our children in order to go on this. Big round of applause for them. Yeah. Who totally held down the fort so that we could go on a 3-day adventure so that we had something to talk about. And of course that led us. So like as we're out in the mountains, of North Carolina, it occurs to me that it's amazing to me that this was like the inspiration to get these 4 friends from high school, back out into the wilderness to go and do something sort of unbelievable. And it truly was like an absolutely like remarkable trip the whole way through. But the big thing that I thought a lot about, because we had very clear inspiration for this particular trip, but it's the question of like, why do we seek out adventure as individuals in the first place?
Yeah, so you have something to talk about on your podcast.
Exactly. Everybody's everybody who traveled here today went on an adventure to see a podcast so that they could then talk about it on their podcast.
Exactly.
It's all working out,
it's
guys. It's the circle of life.
Yeah.
We've come
Actually, on that note, like you just mentioned, we went on this trip so we could talk about it right here, right now. We're in the middle of it. And like somewhere along the way in like going through prepping for the trip, like I never mentioned that was why we were going on the trip to Beth. So
you left that part out.
I left that part out.
That's
somehow.
like step one.
I know. I was like, yeah. So we need something to talk about. I was like, we're just going on a trip. So yeah. I remember it was like the day before. I was like, well, that's like why we're going. So we have something to talk about. She's like, what? So sorry.
So double large applause for Beth, who was just being supportive, just on the basis of being supportive.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. So I thought this was kind of interesting because I think once upon a time you and I had a discussion about Luke and slides.
Oh,
and sort of like how like as a child going on a slide builds bravery that can then be used elsewhere in life.
Yeah. I feel like slides are fantastic for. It's like an opportunity to be courageous.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But like that exact phrasing when it comes down to it, like because I was doing like research on like why people seek out adventure in the first place, because like as like a species, this is something that like we are like inclined to do, is to like go and explore, like whether it was like to see what's on the other end of that hill, to see what's on the other end of that ocean, or to see like what's on the other end of our atmosphere. Like as a species, we like to explore.
Yes.
And it's kind of fascinating because like as individuals, as we approach adventure, I think that this is like a lot of what we're going for. It's like it's giving us that opportunity to go out in the world and be courageous and be brave. But like beyond that, there's a really great quote from Name of the Wind, bingo, for anybody who's playing bingo.
Yeah, does anyone have a bingo card going? Yeah,
there we go.
People do. Oh my.
That's amazing. And it has to do with this idea of like self-discovery. And the quote from the book is something along the lines of, if you walk until you've reached the place where nobody knows your name, you will learn more about yourself in a week than through a lifetime of introspection. Is that all? All track?
That all sounds about right. Yes, I can recall the quote.
Okay, so you can imagine where this particular quote stands out to me, because basically my resting demeanor is nothing but introspection. That's pretty much what I'm doing at all times and always.
Right.
If you need me after this, I'll probably be sitting in the corner thinking about everything I said, just making sure I did okay.
Yeah, it didn't mess up.
Yeah.
Too vulnerable.
I know, too vulnerable. But that was kind of like an interesting piece of like what adventure can do for us, because in our lives there's like the obvious like set of obstacles as we get older, as we get like our educations or learn a skill or find a career. It's like you need to do the things that help like sustain ongoing existence so that you can go out and have adventures in the first place.
Yeah.
But from there, I think that adventures do give you exactly that. They give you that like that moment. And I think maybe what I'm really trying to say is like this is what defines anything as an adventure. Like it doesn't even need to be
it doesn't have to be hiking in the woods or canoeing down a river or something.
Right. It can be driving, 8 hours from Massachusetts to see a podcast in person.
Yes. What have you learned about yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything new?
Would you like to be vulnerable? No.
But I think this is maybe like what personally draws me to it, because like the very nature of like going out and being as a part of this hike, it's like there are very real moments where you have to like problem solve, like, well, where's my food going to come from? Like, where's the water going to come from? Like, or if we've reached like a dry spot, like especially then it's like now we need to like go somewhere specifically even off the path to find water because we must have it.
Yeah.
But in all of that, you get to like set yourself challenges that you can then surprise yourself by overcoming, and then re-enter the world that much stronger.
Yeah.
And so that is like the explanation I was able to come to
why we adventure.
Why we adventure. That's my explanation.
Okay, but of course, you didn't walk to where no one knew your name, though. You walked like 27 miles with people who knew your name better than almost anyone.
So I didn't do it right at all.
You didn't do it right, yeah.
We actually even ran into a little colonel.
We did.
On the trail, which was one of the most shocking things that's probably
that was crazy. John and Mike had gotten to the top of one of the hills ahead of me and Ben, and they were like talking to this guy, and he's like, I heard about this hike from this podcast I listened to. And then I think John was wearing a Carlin Brothers Coffee t-shirt, and he was like, what, those guys?
Yeah, it's like,
and John's like, well, they're coming up the hill.
Yeah, I think this was the best part for me, is that then Mike and John, who were talking to this guy, they're like, we're the GMA.
Yeah.
We're those guys.
This is it.
It was really cool. But
really
from our perspective, it was also then like, we're just straight huffing and puffing as we get to the top of this hill. And this guy's like, it's so nice to meet you. And we're like, hey, I'm sweating. I'll shake your hand in a second.
Hold on, This is a big hill. You'll see. You're going the other way. You're going to go down. Never mind.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You're good.
It only gets better from here.
Yeah.
Speaking of sweating, though, you are wearing a hoodie.
I am wearing a hoodie.
On the stage in the sun.
It's
Although
hot.
I am more in the sun than you.
You're more in the sun than me, thankfully, but you're not wrong. It's hot. I'm glad you asked me about it, because I've been thinking I need an opportunity to take this off. So
it's not taking clothes off has not been a typical part of our show.
I don't feel like I can
far.
just stand up and be like, hold on.
It hasn't made it on the bingo card yet.
Yeah. You can still just listen. Hold, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna take my hoodie off real quick.
This was a small. I didn't have a lot of prompting that this would like. He just told me it needed to happen. You do have to be kidding me right now.
No, I just want to.
Is that ketchup?
If you guys don't know, this is my infamous yellow shirt that I wore all through 8th grade. You can obviously tell it has a guitar player on it, right? very obviously. It was not obvious to anyone in 8th grade at all. No matter how much I explained it to them, they were like, I don't see it. I'm like,
I still kind of stand by the idea that we should have a piece of pop merch that is a yellow T-shirt with red splatter.
Yeah.
And we claim
there's a guitar on it.
that there's not even a guitar, just something.
There's just
it's like it's a duck, obviously.
Look, you want the ketchup duck shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no duck.
There's no. Yeah.
Maybe that's the.
There is.
I think that's the real gag.
That's the real gag. Yeah. There's not actually what we say is on it.
It's just like Jushi.
Exactly. Yeah. It's just the Jushi shirt. Yeah.
Is it actually good? No one really knows.
No one really knows. This guy knows. He knows. He's like, and the reviews are in, Ben. Not that bad.
Not
that bad.
high praise.
5-star.
I like the sound of that. Yeah, a 5-star review that's just the words "not that bad."
Not that bad.
Passionate.
Yeah, not that good. Not that bad.
Yeah. Okay, so other games that we played on the hike, in addition to probably crafting about 17 different Name of the Wind theories.
Oh my gosh, that's almost all me and you and Mike did.
I know. It worked out exceptionally well that good buddy Mike has read the book as many times as we have. So we were able to just like spitball over and over and over with that. But we also tried to play a game that absolutely blew my mind. You and John played it.
Yeah.
And succeeded.
Yeah.
In no time flat.
Well, yeah.
Mike and I took about 90 stabs at it.
Yeah. It was not as easy for you and Mike for whatever reason.
Okay, do you want to explain the rules of the game?
Okay, so we're going to try and play this game here to try and simulate being on the hike with us. Imagine you're in the woods. It's not that hard. We have at least one tree here. We're outside, right?
Plus, it's warm.
It's very warm. Yeah, you have a heavy backpack on. You're trying to pass the time to make the miles feel lighter. This is the game that I had seen this on TikTok, and so I was like, oh, I think we could play this out here. Basically, each person, me and Ben are going to play, has to say, you say a word at the same time. And the goal is to eventually say the same word at the same time. And you have to use the other person's word. What you're trying to do is like meet in the middle of those two words each time with the next guess.
So it's sort of like a game of code names if you've ever played that. It's
yeah,
like
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think the real question here, and you probably what you could learn by playing this game is just how stubborn any of your friends are, because it's definitely like a small, I would call it a game of negotiations. Because I think what was happening with Mike and I is that neither one of us was truly willing to stand down on which direction we were attempting to go.
Right, like, yeah.
And you kept thinking like, okay, well, surely like I've stuck with like a beach theme. Like I said, like sand and water and seagull and, you know, like whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, surely he gets like the vibe that I'm living in, and he's continuing to react with things like
boat and fishing and
barometric pressure.
Yeah. Yeah, one of you was going down a beach side, one of you was going down a lake. You're like, both? What you wanted to say was water, and neither of you would do it.
I think you and John, too, were both like, how are they not getting it?
How are they not getting it? How are they not getting it?
They're even circling the drain, which is a hint towards water.
Water. Just say it.
Okay,
anyway.
so we're going to try to play the game?
Okay, we're going to try and play the game.
Okay, so
so
we'll count 3, 2, 1, and we'll say a word.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1,
watermelon.
ice cream.
I don't know what you said.
I said ice cream.
Okay,
you said watermelon.
Okay, this is good. We're in like a food area.
We're in a food area.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2.
Oh wait, no, I'm not ready.
Oh
I'm
gosh.
ready.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Cone.
Sherbert.
Oh, sherbet.
What'd you go with?
I said cone.
Cone.
Okay.
I think mine was a better average of our two.
Oh well, sure. I went more to your side.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
See, this is exactly what I mean. Clearly, I'm more stubborn on the basis of this game.
All right.
Okay, so you said cone and I said sherbet.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Spoon.
Oh my gosh!
So close.
Man, we are in
We're like right there.
But this could go one of two ways.
I know. Now we can go really far. We're right there.
How? Oh man. Okay.
Okay.
So scoop and spoon.
Yeah.
What do scoops and spoons have in common?
I feel like I got it. I think I got it. You guys get it. You know what it is, right? Yeah. Yeah. Ethan's like, I know the answer. Maybe.
I don't know.
Now everyone thinks I'm right.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Utensil.
Bowl.
Oh my God. Bowl?
Bowl. Yeah, you eat out of a bowl. You scoop into a bowl. Well,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
What was the answer? What'd you think? You said spork. Oh,
Spork's not bad.
That's not bad, but
Spork's
that's not the average of 2 spoons.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well said. Well
Okay.
said.
All right.
Can't argue with that.
You said utensil and I said bowl.
Utensil and bowl.
Okay.
Can we find our way back?
Okay. Maybe. I think I have something.
Okay, hang
Okay.
on. Now I'm thinking. Okay, utensil, bowl. Feels like the pressure's on.
It does. Yeah, there's there's people watching. So
That's
yeah.
true. Okay. Imagine every one of their underpants, right? Is that what we're supposed to do, or are we supposed to be in our underpants?
I don't know.
We've already taken
It
off
never
enough
seems
clothes.
helpful.
Both seem worse.
They seem worse.
Okay. Utensil, bowl. Okay. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Plate.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say plate, and I forgot to say the word out loud. I promise I was going to say plate.
I believe you.
Big round of applause for plate.
Yeah, we did it. We did it for plate.
Wow.
Fantastic.
My brain, like, I was so excited that I thought we had it, and
Yeah.
I was just like, I froze.
Oh,
I froze like ice cream.
froze like ice
Or
cream.
sherbet.
Or sorbet, yeah.
Is it pronounced sorbet?
I don't know. Are they different products? They're different.
different
Okay.
products?
Oh, this is good. We could just ask.
I know.
If this
Okay.
was the show, we'd be like, I don't know.
Genuine curiosity. I know that we do this constantly, but when we just like wander into a topic and we are vastly incorrect, how absolutely infuriating is it to watch us just like dance around
Oh.
it as if
There's almost too much nodding.
I know, yeah. It's like
Wow.
seems like the general consensus. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
People are like pausing, like, no, guys, listen here. Listen. You can just look it up, man.
You could just look it up. Do you guys ever pause and then like respond? Is this a thing?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I do that listening to podcasts all the time.
Do you really?
Yeah, I'll be like listening and be like, yeah, let me weigh in right here to no one else in my car. I'm going to talk out loud for 10 minutes.
I've got something to say, John Green.
Yeah, let's go. This is how I feel about that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we got plate.
Yeah, we got plate. Yeah, plate, which you serve food on, which brings me to another bit of surprise here. I've got more stuff.
You've got more stuff.
Got more stuff. Ethan, could you get us some like cups? Yeah. Okay. Ethan's gonna
Cups?
get it. Yeah, cups.
What's next?
What's next, indeed?
Is it okay, all right? Give me a higher or lower. Better or worse than Jushi?
Better?
Better than Jushi.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
Yeah.
Better or worse than beer?
worse,
Worse than beer.
but on the same playing field, I suppose. Thank you. Okay, so you're gonna need one of these.
Okay.
For sure. All right.
Cups.
So we talked a little. I think. Oh my. Well. We talked on one episode at length about like vinegar-based food products and stuff.
Yeah,
if
my
you recall.
wife is a huge fan of all things vinegar based.
Yeah.
We very quickly discovered so is Addison.
Oh well, there you go. Look,
Yeah.
totally her mother's daughter.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But there was one you never heard of, and that was the kefir,
Oh
the
man.
cultured milk.
Cultured milk.
Cultured milk.
I didn't know we were gonna have such a sampling.
I know, right?
Really, nothing better than some kefir.
Why do we
to-
adventure, Ben? Because we're hungry.
Because we're.
Exactly.
This is a thing, though. I mean, if you've ever been with somebody when they eat sushi for the first time, real sushi, not Jushi,
Yeah.
I do feel like they walk away from it like with an endorphin rush.
Yeah, it's exciting. I just survived eating sushi somehow. Whoa.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
It
So-
almost seemed dangerous. Okay, so load me up with some kefir.
Well, hold on. Have you guys had kefir before?
Should we
Yeah.
pass it
Oh,
around
yeah.
real quick?
You guys
Yeah.
all want to? Yeah, something good COVID friendly. Yeah. If you don't know, it's cultured milk. Luke loves it.
Does he?
Something. He saw this in the fridge this morning, and he was like, "Pink drink." That's what he calls it.
Pink drink honestly does sound a heck of a lot better
Yeah.
than kefir. And in fact, I think that there should be an official petition to change it.
To change it to pink drink.
Do you
It's not always pink, I guess.
Okay, do you or does anybody else remember a drink? I think there was a brand called Sobe,
Yes.
and it came in like a glass. What was it
Yes.
called? Life Water? Sobe Life Water.
Yeah.
There was a pink drink.
There was a like neon pink Sobe.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
That-
amazing.
It was amazing.
I loved that
Do they still
one.
make it?
I don't know. I actually looked this up one day recently, and I don't think they make at least that jar anymore,
It's too bad.
which is a real bummer.
They don't. Okay. Oh,
Sobe.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, well, pour me some kefir then.
I will pour
let's do
you
it.
some cultured milk.
Has it been sitting out in the sun as all cultured milks should?
No.
For proper, what do you do with wine? Like let it breathe?
Let it breathe. You got to let the what's waking up in wine? The tannins.
The tannins.
You got to let the tannins breathe.
Does kefir have tannins?
It doesn't. It's got live and active probiotics. So it's, good for the gut health. Ben.
Good for the gut.
Ben,
everybody who likes anything that has live cultures in it is also just a huge fan of gut health.
When you hear gut health,
Cheers.
Does it sound to you like a hold on.
It is thicker than expected. It has like it has mouthfeel, which is something I didn't expect. There's more vinegar
Yeah.
than anticipated. I was expecting more yogurt.
More yogurt. Mm-hmm.
This
Got
is
a lot of tang.
It's true. Tang is a good word.
Tang's a good word. You're gonna finish that or?
I'll dip my Jushi in it.
Sounds good. Yeah. That sounds terrible.
A
now.
sauce.
That might go.
Go over.
That's what
swimmingly.
would make it bad.
Sip 2 is better. Sip 2 is better.
Sip 2 was better. You're used to it.
I know.
It's
Yeah, I'm
not a total
acclimating.
surprise.
I'm acclimating.
Exactly. Excellent. When you hear people talk about gut health, does it sound like sometimes I can't tell if people think like gut health is like a little like fake or something? It's like a buzzword.
Like people like to promote gut health.
Like
but
people like to promote gut health in the same way you would like take tarot cards seriously. Or
Tarot
something.
cards?
Tarot cards, yeah.
Tarot.
Tarot cards.
rhymes with carrot.
Yeah. They're long and pointy. No.
Long and
No.
Okay. I do feel like I understand where you're coming from. In general, when I've assumed what stomach acids are capable of, my imagination leads me to believe that it will typically annihilate anything that's put in there.
Oh, you
like
think so?
it operates of its own accord.
So
like,
you think gut health is a big scam?
Well, I feel like you're maybe leading me in a direction.
I'm just curious.
Should I say yes for the purposes?
This is something I was like when I started, like I got this, I was like, oh man, maybe I should be more concerned about gut health. And then I feel like every time I brought it up with you, you like laugh at it. And I'm like, maybe Ben doesn't think gut health's real, or maybe I'm being deceived in some way. Maybe I'm falling for something right now.
Is gut health real? Yes. Yeah.
Or is it?
Unequivocally, yes.
Okay. So we got there.
Okay, so we're there. We're there. The thing is,
So get some kefir.
is that like a lot of my early career out of college was doing like aquarium related work, and I was aware of the fact that at points in time I was dosing my aquariums with vinegar for the exact purpose of feeding the bacteria that existed in the tank itself.
Yeah.
And I did operate under the belief that this was working. So I guess to be fair, I believe in gut health as long as it's related to aquariums.
Fish have gut health.
Right, yeah.
Humans? Psh,
As if.
yeah, whatever. They
We
got
don't live in
stomach acid.
water.
Yeah, we breathe air.
We're
okay?
nothing like fish. Okay, well,
Oh, man.
so thank you for the kefir
The
and
refreshments.
the improved gut health that I
Yeah.
can now enjoy for the rest of the day. Do you
You
don't have
want
more?
some chips? I got some salt and vinegar chips too. I
Wow.
figured because I was going to make you eat all these things, that maybe I would also make myself eat for the first time in 20 years some salt and vinegar chips.
Because really nothing goes better with a podcast than some good mouth crunch.
Right, exactly. I got really crunchy ones too. These are the Kettle brand.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
That's actually what it's called.
it's a good thing we are having a small meet and greet afterwards. So if you'd like to enjoy the aftermath of some salt and vinegar chips, we'll be going through and we'll taking photos and having conversations with everybody. So
I feel like
Jay thought of you.
They don't smell as bad as I remember. So that's
something.
good. Yeah.
This is improvement.
Yeah, we'll go for it. This is not probably as exciting, but here we go.
Big moment.
Big moment.
What's the verdict? Does it taste like the backseat of Mom's minivan when we were 9?
It does bring me back
Does it?
a little bit. They are better than expected, but
Okay.
I still don't think I would reach for them.
Okay.
But if they were just like in a bowl in front of me, I think I could eat them.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Who had the guys try 2 or more edibles or consumables on today's show on their bingo card?
Yeah.
This
No one?
is a bit of a new one.
Uncommon for the podcast. I know.
You clearly had a thread that you were pulling on though in preparation.
I was just
Or
like,
maybe
how
you were
many-
just hungry.
Like, we're not gonna eat this day.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
I was just I was trying to think of as many different elements of surprise as I could work into the show.
Well, I'm very grateful for it. We do have elements of surprise stickers for free inside of the booth if anybody would like
if
one.
you want one, if you don't have one.
Be sure to check those out.
Yeah.
Start throwing stickers.
Yeah.
Just straight ninja star them out.
Yeah,
into
they are
the-
shaped like
out into
ninja
the world.
stars. So, yeah.
Okay, so I feel like we've reached a good point in the show. I would love to see if we can't open up for a couple of questions from the audience as like a springboard. If you guys would be interested in such a thing, do you guys have any questions that we could potentially answer for you, Connor?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you couldn't hear him, his question was, how long did it take to research What If Harry Potter Wasn't Slytherin? Which, if you haven't seen, is our tremendous 8-part series that we did for the past 2 months on the main channel, Super Carlin Brothers.
Yep.
And the answer is longer than any other video series we've ever done, ever.
It's maybe longer than we've put into every other video we've made this year.
I mean, it was quite a project, and I don't think we knew what we were biting off when we started it.
Yeah.
Because we made the what if Sirius was the secret keeper video, and we were like, that was so fun. What if it was so easy to do that one, because we just literally drew like a flow chart on our whiteboard, and it was like, just it can go this way or this way, and then this can go this way or this way, and then this can go this way or this way, and we'll just write a little paragraph about this, and then if this changed this, and then if this changed this, and it was just like, there you go. This is what would have happened.
Yeah,
Easy.
we pieced it all together. But then even once we started the What If Harry Was in Slytherin series, we wrote the script, and we realized that like we had just written book 1, and it was the longest video that like we had written scripted basically ever.
Yeah.
And so it was like, this is gonna be ridiculous. So like we got to the end of that, and we're like, do we do every book? Like, do we continue just like fleshing it out, or do we just do like What If Harry Was in Slytherin and like assess it on the basis of year 1 of his schooling?
Because it'll get too crazy after that. And it was like, no. Then once we did Chamber, it was like, well, now we got to do the whole thing.
I know, yeah. Then
we're off.
Then we were in. But
Yeah.
for what it's worth, as a frame of reference, a typical Super Carlin Brothers video, typed out, written, is about 5 pages in length, like on
Yeah.
a Google Docs,
Google Docs.
standard whatever.
Yeah.
And that'll usually give you your like 14 to 18 minute video.
Yeah.
These very quickly, I think the entire script for everything ended up being close to 190 or 200 pages.
Yeah.
Of
It was
writing.
tremendous.
It was absolutely a massive endeavor. But it's also it was so cool to like watch people respond to it, because as we're building out like our own new headcanon for this like entire series, we're like, this is wild, you know.
Yeah.
Like once you've sent so many reverberations down the line, it got really complicated trying to juggle like all 20 variables and who's where when and what's Draco up to and how's he impacted.
I'm just gonna keep scrolling here so you can kind of see how long it went.
Is this
This
Deathly
is just
Hallows?
one. This was the part 2 Deathly Hallows. I don't know. It just keeps going.
It just keeps going. And then of course it's also like 3-hour film sessions and,
Yeah.
and all the rest.
Even
so.
when we started it, before we were writing it, we basically like lost an entire day of work, because it was like we started talking about it at lunch with just everyone in the office, and like at like 1 o'clock, and then all of a sudden it was like 4 o'clock, and we're like, all we've done for the last 3 hours is like, what if Harry was in Slytherin?
It was one of the most fun days we've had with the team
Yeah.
ever. But I think all of us stood back at the end of it and everybody was like, nobody got anything done today.
Yeah.
Like, you guys didn't write a script. Riley's like, I didn't edit a video. Like,
Yeah.
you know, stuff just like went on a total standstill.
But
so.
then we made 8 videos.
But then we made 8
videos.
It
Yeah,
was well worth those 3
it
hours.
was a lot. Yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go.
Great question, Connor.
Thank you.
And another question, possibly? Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh.
Here, you take
You
stickers
take
out.
stickers
Yeah,
out
that'd be
there.
perfect. Okay, go ahead,
Do we
Kat.
have a
Round of
third
applause for
mic,
Kat.
Chloe? Maybe. Oh, I see. All right.
Oh, I thought I went first.
Boom, boom.
All right.
Oh, I see.
But this one can't go in front of the speakers.
All right, here you go.
Oh, pass this to Ben.
This is
Hey,
for
this
Ben.
works. Oh, this one's louder.
Ah, victory. Who's the one true host now?
That's Taylor. I am the one true host. Thank
Oh,
you for
man.
joining my show
Okay.
today. It took a lot to get you guys out here.
What,
Um,
what an adventure! You should absolutely have a podcast about
Yeah,
that.
I mean, you know, maybe we'll do a joint podcast. Who knows?
Love it.
Who knows? You'd be my most famous guest for sure. You know, being influencers.
There you
No,
go.
that's
Yeah.
us. Yes. So influential.
So Ben, have you decided on a tattoo idea yet?
Oh.
Question.
Wow.
I'm
On
not
the
gonna-
spot.
I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, so the month of October, we are doing the Drawtober event, which we've had some like truly remarkable submissions on. It's been like really cool to see like what everybody has like gone through with all the different prompts and everything. But on my birthday, October 25th, is Ben's tattoo design, and I am like quietly hoping that somebody will like pick the idea from my mind and just like deliver it to
The-
me, and
like-
that will just be like part of the origin story for the actual tattoo itself.
You've put enough of yourself out into the internet for long enough
Right.
that someone can like just
I need
pull it
someone-
out of the
I need
ether.
someone to distill me into an image
right.
that is about this shaped.
That's where you want it. You've
About-
decided on location.
I think about one right arm's length.
Whole length.
I think so.
Oh man.
I
All
think
right.
Alice approved of this. Alice, full sleeve. Okay.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
She's in.
She says it's okay. So to answer your question, I don't have like it locked in, but I do have a notepad on my phone that I've created because I've talked about it so much that I just keep adding ideas to. So at some point in time, I do just need to go and sit down like with the artist and just be like, here's what I'm thinking. Let's see if we can make it work.
Could you do a thing? Yeah.
I know. I do feel like, though, I've talked about it for so long and I've gone through it for so long that I should be able to rest assured that when I get it, that it's the right thing.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll be happy with it.
We've dragged ourselves through it. Next question.
Run, cat, run. Stickers.
Ninja stars.
Here you go. Hi there.
Hi.
Hi. Oh no.
Oh no.
No, maybe
Are you Michaela from?
I'm the draw. Yeah, I do all the artwork, but
and
Michaela
are,
Henry.
Are you also
yeah.
a quiz master?
I am.
Hey.
I was like the Disney quiz that we just did was like the best shot I ever had. I was briefly like in top 5 and then immediately was
Amazing.
And they're hard.
Amazing.
Okay, so it is a Disney related question. So Pixar announced Inside Out 2.
Yes.
Yep.
And they mentioned that Riley was going to have new emotions in her head. What are your ideas on, as teenage Riley, what those new emotions would be?
Man, okay, so I was wondering. I haven't actually seen that they announced that specific item of it yet, but I was wondering if they would do that. And my like immediate hang up with it is that you see inside the heads of so many of the adults in the first movie, and they still just have like the core 5 emotions that you see in Riley's head. So
So it just means that Riley is more emotionally developed
exactly
than both
something
of her
like-
parents.
probably, or that there's going to be some sort of like emotion that's extremely present during like your teenage years that then is like fades out again or something.
Oh.
Like, you know, like I don't know if they're just going to have like hormone monster in Riley's head or something.
just,
you know?
just like literally like,
Just like-
chaos neutral,
yeah,
just like running
yeah.
around pressing buttons.
This is chaos.
That would
I'm
seem
just
right.
here to mess things up.
Yeah, no, I could see that.
Yeah.
That would certainly track. That would certainly track. But I do know that when they originally went through and created Inside Out, they thought about having, I think, as many as like 20 or 30 different emotions living inside of Riley's head, and then they ultimately like kind of parsed it down so that they could have much more developed and fleshed out, characters themselves, which they obviously did an amazing job with. But that's a great question. I feel like this is something also that would make a really good theory.
It would,
So-
yeah. What will Riley's new emotions be?
Yeah, with your approval, of course.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
Oh,
cool.
that's awesome.
Oh, man.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm curious to see what they do with Riley next. I think that'll be really fun. I think we have time for at least one
I
more.
know you wanted to ask a question.
Hey,
Hi.
longtime fan.
We know you.
We know you.
How's the D&D campaign planning going?
Oh.
Oh.
You know, we are not the dungeon master, so I think it's going to be Ethan. I don't know.
There's one detail that I have mandated, which is that we will have a duck dragon that breathes rainbows.
There you go.
So
That will be a part of it. That's part of the planning.
whether or not that's our greatest ally or enemy remains to be seen.
Who's to know? Also, I can tell you that we have been hard at work on designing the dice
Yes.
that will go for it. As our Q4 item,
I got to
Sign
bring
up
up
for Patreon.
the Patreon. My question about it, Jay, for us is: are you going to use Jamalama Nightshade?
Jamalama Nightshade. If you're using
right?
Bellum and Chorster, then I think I have to use Jamalama Nightshade. Yeah,
Do
that's
you
what's
think-
on the person card.
Do you think that I can be Bellaman, Bell for short?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Bell.
I go as Bell.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bell.
I like
I'll
it.
probably make fun of you and be like, Belly.
That seems like almost required.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you also going to be will you be my older brother in the campaign? Or will we just be like colleagues?
I don't know. I remember we both like 3D printed little like versions of our like we were on what's the site where you build the D&D characters or Hero Forge. Yeah, never heard of it. No, it's a very popular website. I remember when I was building that, like I wrote like a little backstory for my guy, but then I'm like, I don't have to stick to that if I don't want to. That was just what I wrote that day.
That's
So,
true. That's
yeah.
true. We can always like continue to flesh them out. There are
Yeah.
some characteristics of Bellaman that I'm pretty excited to put to use.
Okay, all right.
It also occurs to me that we're currently at what is called Go Outside Festival. We have a coffee table full of what appears to be snacks and are talking about Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
We got a real outdoorsy vibe going
You
on.
can play. Hey, Dungeons and Dragons is wherever you imagine it to be.
You know what? Maybe that'll be our next podcast series. Will just be D&D but outside.
D&D, but outside. Ducks and Dragons, but outside.
Yeah, exactly. Ducks and Dragons. That's what we're calling it. I think we got time for one more question.
It's all you first. I'm gonna go this way.
Okay.
Stickers. Hi. Stickers. Here you go.
Hi.
Hi.
Do you happen to have any ducks to go in cups?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't. We have the trophy here. Do you have the big duck here? Did you
I
bring
don't
that?
have the big duck.
Wow.
Man, you know
Call
what?
yourself
It now
the
occurs to me
host.
that we have a massive missed opportunity that we could have had like a duck in cup shooting contest in our booth where if you made the shot, you could have won a thing.
You could have won a thing. We do have Duck in a Cup pins at the booth, but I think that's. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
You have ducks? Oh my gosh.
What?
Tiny
Oh, I'm
little
sorry,
Lego
the
ducks.
pins are gone. You have tiny ducks?
You
That's
could fit like
fantastic.
9,000 of these into a cup. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
and
God, we lost it.
forever. It's all good.
Oh my gosh. Tiny duck for you? Okay, wow, they are so. They're like Lego ducks. Oh my gosh.
That is.
Okay.
Hang on. I'm going to
All
put mine right here.
No way. We have to try and put it in the cup.
I like to think of him as my guardian.
All right, wait. Everyone keep an eye on this. See if we can. Oh boy, it's so tiny.
Yeah,
I feel like
Ethan's
there's a
on
lot of-
rebound duty.
Ethan's got it. Ready? Yeah, Riley, we filming? Riley gets mad when I shoot ducks at cups and we're not filming. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I missed.
If that had been,
If only.
man,
If only.
that would have been
okay.
something truly
It's
remarkable.
all right.
We do have and did spend a full 3.5 days on location shooting a duck in a cup video. Oh!
Duck in a cup.
There's just no way we can plan that. It's always fun every time.
It's always better live.
Are those duck calls? How many of you have duck calls?
So many. That's fantastic.
That is so great.
I love it. Oh my gosh. That's so fun.
That is like the best thing.
Everybody has them.
Wow. What a note to close out on.
Yeah.
I
no
don't think
doubt.
we're ever gonna top throwing small Lego duck into cup and then have an orchestra of duck calls as part of the celebration.
I don't think so.
I think we have peaked in
this is
terms
it.
of outdoor Go Fest live performance.
That's it. We're good.
potential energy. Guys, as ever, thank you so much for your support of the show. We appreciate it just so very much. Until next time.
Pop, pop.